right, it's a beautiful morning. You're welcome to Women's Corner. My name is Rose Blossom, where, as usual, always exciting to be here. And yes, of course, today we have an interesting topic. It's been a long time we talked about, a child being a girl. We've always been looking at women, health, and, what have you. But of course, to be part of this program, you can actually watch us live on Galaxy TV News on YouTube. And of course, we also have other YouTube channels at Galaxy TV Entertainment, Galaxy TV Comedy, and we have Galaxy TV Vibes. On the Vibes, we have a lot and lots of events across the country. Of course, you can go right there and watch. Okay, aside from that, we also have our app on Google Play Store and Apple Play Store, and you can actually watch us live right from there. You just type in Galaxy TV on Apple or Google Play Store and watch the program. Like I always do, naturally we'll go for a tip before we introduce the guest, but because there's been a change of routine of recent where we have a guest come into the studio, so we do the honors of introducing our guest, the topic, and of course we'll go for a tip before we start talking. So yes, I have an amazing, beautiful lady. Trust me, by the time you see her, you're gonna be wowed. Okay, so we have Patricia Okodoso. She is the founder of Golden Empowerment Community Care Foundation. She's also a life coach. She is a girl child and a women empowerment advocate. Good morning.
Hi, beautiful.
Patricia, girl, how you doing?
I'm good.
Hope it was not stressful getting to the studio.
No, really.
At all.
Yeah.
I like the way you're looking. You're looking so, how like with the corporate, casual corporate, looking all bland.
Yeah, I have to.
Yes, it's good to have you in the studio. Thank you so
you.
much for coming in. Okay, so now we're talking about, I know a lot of people wondering what we're talking about, but today we are talking about the girl child. And of course, the aspect where we'll be touching is identifying yourself as a girl and of course knowing who you are into adulthood. Because we keep hearing adulthood is a scam. Trust me, I can tell you that it is a scam. Well, you take care of everything yourself. But trust me, first of all, you need to identify yourself as a girl child, then embrace adulthood as it comes. But trust me, like I said, we have Patricia here to discuss that. But invariably, let's do something else. Let's take a tip. And this tip is for women in their 30s. Of course, yes, we have the one for 40s, we have the one for 50s, but let's start from those in their 30s, their late 20s. This healthy tips is for you. You have to be consistent and you have to be intentional about yourself. So let's quickly take the tips, and of course we'll come back to the studio to get cracking on identifying yourself as a girl child and of course embracing adulthood in the process. Don't worry anymore, stay with us, we'll be right back.
Healthy tips for women in 30s. Adopt self-care. It's important to prioritize your health so that you can be at your best when others need you. Whether you're partnered or flying solo, career pressures and complex relationships may sap your spare time. Don't let adulting stand in the way of well-visit and vaccinations to minimize illnesses, and the baseline advice applies. Eat a nutrient-dense diet, exercise regularly, maintain a healthy weight, and get enough sleep. Pamper your skin. To maintain youthful-looking skin, stay well hydrated, use sunscreen and moisturizer. Don't smoke and limit sun exposure. Try to eat whole foods with an emphasis on plant-based choices. Find ways to move more and sit less. Not only will they help you maintain a healthy weight, but regular exercise helps reduce the risk of depression, anxiety, heart disease, stroke, type 2 diabetes, high cholesterol, high blood pressure, and pregnancy complications. A growing number of people in their 20s and 30s are getting skin cancer. Monitoring your skin monthly may help you catch problems earlier. Make a pregnancy plan or don't. Planning to become pregnant? Take prenatal vitamins and confirm that your vaccinations are up to date, including chickenpox, and meet with your OB/GYN to find out how soon your fertility should return after you stop using birth control. On the other hand, some women make a conscious choice to be childless and are content with the decision. However, their relatives or friends may continually ask when they are planning to become pregnant. Talking about your decision with loved ones may help them see that you are happy to be childless. Share how you are feeling with close family and friends and set and maintain boundaries around these conversations. They might mean well, however, it is up to you to set and maintain the boundary. Prioritize mental health. Women of any age, including those in their 30s, can express anxiety or depression, including women who are childless by choice and women who have children who haven't been pregnant in several years. Whether or not you are pregnant, your primary care provider will offer the same care, such as prescribing medication or referring you to a professional for therapy or counseling.
Alright, welcome back. You're still watching Women's Can. Of course, those are the tips for women in their 30s. And trust me, women in their 40s is coming up pretty soon. Okay, we still have Patricia. We're talking about identifying yourself as a child into adulthood first. You know, a lot of people, you know, if we look at it, some parents do not even want their girl child to identify as a girl child. They already make them start feeling like they are mature, they can hustle,
Exactly.
you can, you know, even to the extent that some children are now even given a particular kind of sports at school. No, don't play football. If you play football, it's man, whatever. It's a man's sport and all of that. Now, it's because of the way, of course, we cannot take away culture and tradition.
Yeah.
But how best do you think parents can be able to make their child, their girl child, acknowledge that they are a girl, and not just acknowledging or embracing the fact that they are a girl, or they are girls, but the fact that they can actually be who they want to be without being looked down in the society?
Okay, for our start, this topic is really broad and it's important right now in the society because with everything that is happening in the society, we need to go back to our drawing board. Parents need to start sitting down the girl child and making them see their uniqueness. Because for me, I will always use myself as an example and a role model because when I lost my dad at the age of 12, I knew what it was because, to be honest, my mom refused to marry again and there was so much load on me.
So you're the first child?
I am the first daughter,
Okay.
and I have my elder brothers in front of me. Okay. I always use myself as an example because my mom had to, I just told myself, oh, my two brothers had to go to school first before I go to school. That's the mentality I had because that's a society norm we have.
Yeah.
So for me, I didn't allow anything to stop me because of the training my late dad gave us, because he made us understand how important it is for education, to be educated, and also how you are as a person. My dad loved a girl child so much that my dad would tell you that if your son lock you out of the house, your girl child will not lock you out of the house.
Right.
You know, no matter how annoying that you are to her. So it's important for every mothers and every parents to understand that a girl child in every home is unique. And there's so much society pressure right now on the girl child. Then you lose the focus where you have to be feminine, you have to be you have to be unique. You're now being too hard,
too strong.
you know, too strong, because I grew up being too strong. And I always say that most of my young mentee, I always tell them that, what do you want to do? You know, my dad is saying I should go into this, go into that. One, parents are pushing their children too far. Some are making them go into prostitution to take up responsibilities. And it's happening, except we don't want to talk about this. It's happening. So I tell my mentee that don't be too forward, don't rush life. Be yourself, be you, accept your uniqueness. You are a lady, you are a girl child, embrace that. You know, a home is taken care of by the woman. If you're not very careful, that's why we see a lot of broken home today, because a girl grew up so fast, become a mother, and not know the principles to be a mother. So
she probably did not even figure herself.
Yes, you don't see. Yeah, you're not able to see that and say,
Yeah.
okay, this is what I want to do. Okay, I
Yeah.
want to be a footballer. I want to be an accountant. I want to be a nurse. You're carrying so much responsibility. Oh, so if you're not careful, you go out of your way to do what you're not supposed to do. So for me, I use myself. I started working very early at the age of 17. So, yeah, I started working. So you see, but I got to a stage where I had to tell myself that, Tricia, you have a lot to give to the society. It is time for you to define what you want, who you are, and where are you going. So that break helped me to be able to go to school, start mentorship class, start empowering young people, start doing things differently. So with this mentality, I think most parents should draw their children back so that they don't become too masculine, because they are not the one to marry the man. The man has to marry them.
And you know, somehow it turns the other way around, because when you train her to be so independent, too strong, how does she now, you know, be under a man, allow the man make all the decisions when she has been making all the decisions herself? So I really understand where you're coming from. They need to really allow girls
to be girls.
Yeah. Let them embrace that feminism. That, oh, I don't want to, or that, I just want to. Yeah, but do not spoil them. Do not spoil them, but allow them embrace it. Okay, now the process of adulthood. Now, a lot of girls now, I'm not going to talk about just the Gen Z.
Yeah.
I'm going to talk about even
Generally.
the alphas. Yes. They don't even know how to embrace adulthood. So that's why most times when you see them become mothers, when you check their children, oh wow, it's usually more like a sad thing to share, because okay, just yesterday I saw Lolo. We all know Lolo now, in Jennifer's Diary, when she came out and she was lamenting that Gen Zs now, some are even mothers, some are breastfeeding mothers, some are mothers, some are still young girls. They are doing this TikTok challenge of where there's a music that plays underneath, and they pull off. Oh, you've seen it, right? And they pull off their top, and they're not wearing anything, and you see their boobs are out, and they cover it, and that is a challenge on TikTok. Do you understand?
Yeah.
So you can understand that they are not even ready to embrace adulthood. Yeah. They just believe I'm a girl, and I just want to be a baby girl for life. I know you've heard that. I want to be a baby girl for life. I just want to.
Adulthood is scam.
You understand? Because adulthood is a scam. Do you get? Now, how do you think parents can make these young girls, because trust me, I feel like it's a whole lot of work and it's very difficult.
It is.
And it will take centuries to correct this thing, and it has to start now. Else, I don't know what the beta children, you know, go on and on. I don't know what they will become. But what do you think parents should start doing now, even if they've gotten it wrong? What can they start doing now to get it right?
Okay, that's why the call for fathers are important in every home. So, to every man out there, you have to come back home and bring your feminine side to the house, because the girl is the father's girl. So, you see, I think parents need to sit down and try to talk to their children. You have allowed them grow too fast. You can't talk to them anymore.
Yeah.
You allow them grow too fast. You cannot talk to them. These girls, they are the one taking care of responsibility. When you talk, they shut you up. No. A parent is still a parent. They used to say, I think there's one Yoruba, they just said, no matter how tall an okra gets, you still bend it down to plug it. So I feel that parents need to go back to their drawing board. Social media have become a menace right now, because every trend, every young person wants to go through the trend. Not just, we are not talking about Gen Z anymore. The 30s, the 20s, the above 30 are doing the same trend, and which is not right, because I feel that we are building a generation. Like I say, it's a time bomb when you're looking at a generation pass. Everything you do, I always tell people, look at the future. What are you doing? Whatever you're putting out there, you're a role model.
Of course.
Okay, so parents need to go back to the drawing board, call back your children, Tell them this is because God will ask you. God is going to ask you questions. Say everything. You say, hey God, I'm going to answer my call. Yes, you're going to answer your call. Everybody go to God. Answer whichever religion you believe. But if you're a mother, God will ask you questions. The children, that's what the word say, train up a child in the way of the Lord should go, right? So you as a mother, you as a father, you have a responsibility because God is going to ask you those questions. So I believe that parents should go back to the drawing board, start having this conversation, because when they go to school, they are influenced by what they see. When they go to the society, they are influenced. But we don't, we growing up, we have time to talk. I don't think we have those conversations anymore.
No, the phone is our conversation.
So that's why you see a lot of marriages, a lot of young people when they go into marriage, they can be on their phone from morning till night.
They will even go on a date. You're going on a date
and your phone. So there's no conversation. If we're going on a girls' trip right now, maybe we'll plan that soon. We're going to put our phones somewhere and enjoy the moment.
Yeah.
Enjoy the moment. So parents need to come back to the drawing board where they talk to their children, where they start talking to their children. See, no matter how far you've been with your child, call that child back home. Have a sit-down conversation once in a month. This is 2025. It's still early. Once in a month.
Can start now.
Yes, once in a month. Call them. This is it. What I'm seeing. Do you know that some parents don't even know their children's social handle? Because if they know their children's social handle,
before even saying they know their social media handle. Some children will particularly
use a different.
Aside from that, if you see WhatsApp, they will block their father, block their mom, block their siblings who they believe does not support their lifestyle. But if their father is cool, their father is a G, their mom is a G, they will leave it open. In fact, the mom will be like, I like this clothes. Oh, where did you buy it? How much? Do you understand? So I think it's because it's not that they don't want to be trained. It's not that they don't want to be taught. But I feel like they still just want to be a girl child.
See, being a girl child, you are a role model. That's number one. See, I would tell this to every girl child out there. Being Gen Z, being Alpha, whatever we call these names, me, I just know you're a girl child. You are a role model. People should see your creator through you, who you are, what are you offering to the world. You say, you're not perfect. No, it's only God that is perfect. You are a role model. Someone is watching you out there. Someone is about to break. But what you're doing, you're making it worse for the person. So being a role model as a girl child first. Now you're a mother. No problem. Be a role model to that child. Be a role model to the society. Because to be honest, a mother is a nation.
Of course. She builds the nation.
A girl is a nation. So if you're out there, a young girl looking at me, watching this program, trust me, you're unique. You're beautiful. You don't have to go this far to be beautiful. I always tell people, every young girl is beautiful.
Of course.
If you want to attract so much audience, that's why you do the extra.
Why you do the extra.
You don't need to do the extra. You need to believe in yourself. Look at the mirror every morning and say, girl,
you are beautiful.
You're beautiful. And you're unique.
Yeah.
You're going to empower the world. So I think the first realization is self-worth. Who you are. Know your worth as a young person. Know that you don't need validation. You don't need so much to outside to like you. People want to impress. Who are you impressing? You're not impressing anyone. No. Okay, so parents need to show their kids what. Some parents have talked down so much on their children that they seek validation outside. You are a useless child. You're this. You're good for nothing.
You do everything.
And everything. Whenever they go on social media is their comfort zone. Social media becomes their life. Social media becomes their child. Their or like I said, companion. So we need to go back to the drawing board where we discuss.
I totally agree with that, because even some of them become bullies. Not just like physical bully.
Exactly.
I'm talking about online. Yeah, they will just come and you'll be wondering, this person has time, sat down and typed some things. And I'll be like, and you know, when you now check their profile, you see that they're ladies. And I'll be like, I don't even know what would make me go on Instagram or any page and type something that would hurt another person. Because in my mind, I'll be like, I could be the person there, so it won't work. But anyways, while we're still doing all of that, we're still talking about identifying yourself as a girl child, and of course embracing adulthood. We still have Patricia Okodo. And yes, she has said it already. Tell yourself you're beautiful. Look at the mirror and tell yourself I'm pretty, I'm beautiful, and I can do what I want to do. And of course, parents, like she said, need to start communicating with your child. If you're not doing it before, you can start now. It's still February, it's still early in the year, 2025. There's still a long time. So trust me, if you start now before December, I'm sure you'll see a very great change in your daughter. I don't want to say girl child now, both even an adult. Trust me, even I want to be spoken to. I want to be talked. I want to be talked to, be loved. You know, I compliment myself. So anyway, let's quickly take another tip, and when we come back, we'll be talking about identifying yourself as a girl child, and of course, into the process of accepting that you are gonna be an adult one day. So let's quickly go for women in their 40s healthy tip, and we'll be right back to the studio. Stay with us.
Tips for women in their 40s. Begin preventative healthcare. Turning 40 typically means taking proactive steps towards maintaining your health. Visit your doctor annually for a checkup. Get your immunization lab work, for example, testing your cholesterol and glucose level. Pap smear and mammogram for women. For men, make sure you have an annual testicular exam with a doctor and monthly on your own. Maintain a positive attitude. If you review your goals and how you're spending your hours, you'll become more intentional in your daily life and be able to meet your long-term ambitions. Make a habit of gratitude. It's good for the heart and soul. Have a monthly date night. Keep good company. Compliment people. Laugh and smile. Share the fun first before work. These suggestions can help replenish who we are. Sleep. We need 7 to 9 hours of sleep nightly. If we can avoid the blaring alarm clock waking us up, all the better. Avoid electronics 2 hours before you sleep and taking the phone to bed. Exercise. Stop sitting. Get a stand-up or treadmill desk. Take micro breaks. Stand up and do stretching exercises or go on a walk. Do stationary exercises. Do weight training to improve muscle strength. Controversies. Alcohol, cigarettes, and other potential addiction, such as shopping, playing video games, or gambling, can create stress. But reversing this type of habit can have benefit. Quality of life can improve if you stop. Reach out to your doctor or people in your community for support.
Alright, welcome back. You're still watching Women's Corner, and that is tip for women in their 40s. Now, I want you to share a story of a girl child that you know, so that people could learn that you can actually be better even though you have made a mistake, either from your parent or even your parents. You know, there are some people, your parents will train you, but you don't want to call it training. You just want to be who you are. So share with us, because of course that is what you do and that's what you deal with. So tell us one outstanding, extraordinary story of a young girl, which of course you know, you saw something. You saw something, you spoke to her, you went down to the background, and you know, from the process she decided to accept adulthood, and she's now better. In fact, I've seen some young ladies who you cannot say, hey young lady, because of the kind of aura, the kind of words, the kind of things they carry. You call them a woman, you say that woman. And sometimes like, no, she's a girl. Say, have you spoken to her? That one is not a girl. That is a woman, because she trained herself and she took the training from people who were really training her. So please share a story with us.
So we have a lot of stories, and they are successful stories.
Of course, yes, that's
so
what we want to hear.
Because of what we do, we encounter a lot of young persons when we go out, and their stories are very, really deep. I always tell people, everyone that hurts somebody is either hurting or broken. So if you're broken, you continue to hurt somebody else. If you're so hurting, you continue to hurt somebody else. So this let me just use one of them. She was raped, and at the age of 7, she was raped at the age of 7. So everything she was doing was not because she wants it. It was intentional, because she felt so broken and hurt. So during that period when we met her, we did counseling and stuff, or mentorship. When we talk about young girls, if you don't go close to them, you won't know what they go through, what they're feeling. They have this idea of keeping to themselves, and they don't want to share. But with time, we got out of our shell. With education, we got our GC form. She got GC form, and she had a child out of the whole mess she went.
Wow.
So not the rape,
okay.
because from the
lifestyle,
she was living. And one thing she told us was, she told me specifically was, because I was hungry. My father left us, and she's the first daughter. He said, I was hungry and I keep going to him, and when I got pregnant, he left me. We took her in, the boy, when she wanted to give birth, we fully covered everything, and with time, she got the GC form and she wrote the exams. If she calls me today, I'm happy because she's doing well. She has a business that she's doing right now.
Wow.
The boy is in school.
Wow.
And every time I see her post on social media, I am happy because it's a success story. Some young persons like that have become great. Some of them have their businesses they're doing now. And we see that this encouragement has actually helped to shaping their life. It has actually helped to boost them, because we talk about a young girl being able to go from the low level to become a prime minister one day, to becoming the governor of a state one day, to become head of sojourn, head of facility. That's my take in the future, because they are going, because when you give a girl child one responsibility, she's able to do it so well. We as young persons, as girl child, we are able to multitask. So our success stories range from 1 to 10 to 15 of these young girls. Some of them might not want to change, because I have tried. I have gone.
So what is the reason why you think that they do not want to change?
Let me tell you, it's personal development, personal and self-conviction. There was one that she got to a stage where she got pregnant for this boy, got pregnant for the other one. I'm like, okay, you know what, Patricia? Out of 10 people, if 6 people are good to go, out of the 10 of this young person, you have done your bit. You can take a horse to the well. You can force the horse to drink water. You can get a child. You can get somebody a job, but you cannot help the person to do the job.
Of course.
So I have come to that conviction that there's a limit. You can do what you can, while you can, until you cannot. That's how I see it. So I go from encouragement to mentorship. Sometimes they will give you attitude that you don't want to see. But because of love, you keep showing love overcomes everything. So the love you show to them breaks the barrier. So I see young persons achieving more when we keep encouraging them. But get to a stage where you get them to this level, and you let them make decisions, because they have to be able to stand to make some certain decisions.
So that in case if they make the wrong decision, they face the consequences.
So they have to get to a stage where they make, because I tell people, your parents can train you so well, and you still turn out wrongly, because it's personal. It's personal. It's oh, my father died, my mother died, Oga, ask me. So it's personal. I started reading books very early. I don't read novels because I like reading books in my brain. So I don't want to read novels because I will say, oh, I start acting it out. So I read inspirational books, leadership books, books that mentor me. So we encourage young people to start reading. So we formed a group which is called Grassroots Initiative, where we bring young people in, tell them, what do you want to do? Because they don't know, so you start encouraging them to make decisions early.
You help them even find out what they want to do.
Yes, make decision early. So these are things we do as social workers, and it's inspiring where you're part of somebody's success story. And we have done so much, and I think that society will get better when we have other people doing same thing. Not looking down on them, not talking down on them, not casting them away, but seeing a way to encourage them to become better in the society.
Which is the best way, because trust me, that's the only way they can be the best and do better when it comes to their life actually. So just to wrap up this show, I want to ask now, let's talk about adulthood. A lot of girls want to really embrace adulthood. Like you said, you can't force, if you force the horse to the stream, you can't force it to drink water. But there are some people that really want to embrace adulthood. They want to understand why is life like this? Why is it that if I do this, this is what happens? Why is it if I take this decision, it always happens like this? Now, these are people who are consciously trying to embrace adulthood. But trust me, because we who have been there, we know this is come. we know that the decision you make today, you might not regret it, you might think you enjoy yourself. Wait until 2 years.
Yeah.
You will actually know if that decision was the right decision for you. So you can imagine the time it's taking you to realize that. Now, so what advice will you give to someone who is looking at it like, the last time I decided, okay, let's take relationship for example. Okay, I want to get married. This guy is good. I met him in church. He's maybe assistant pastor or he's the choir leader. You know, he's good. He prays fervently. And, you know, they've been dating. Things are moving. She made that decision to date him and get married to him. But, of course, after 2 years, with the hope that Baba proposed the first year. By the second year, let's get married. You became Lord of the Rings after 1 year. You are still holding the ring. I'm just using this as an example. You're still holding the ring. He has not said the date. He has not come to meet your parents. It's just the paparazzi of, you know, giving you a ring. Now that's one side. And she's realizing after 2 years, I made the wrong decision. I thought I knew what I was doing. I thought I was making the right choice. Now, this is something that will always happen. You make the choice thinking that, okay, you are sure. But because life is a risk, you don't know what happens tomorrow. Yeah, so what advice will you give to people who are ready to embrace, and they are embracing, but there's this certainty that, in fact, this life, you know, yeah, honestly. So what advice will you give to them? Okay,
for me, I would critically say that a lot of young persons are actually going through emotional breakdown right now. And a lot of persons are going through heartbreaks. You see, I always say that if you don't know what love is, you can pick anything from the street. Anything throws at you, you accept.
You believe it's love?
Oh, tell me. You see, you first of all love yourself so much that you don't accept anything that just comes your way, you just accept. I always say that if a man wants to get married to you, and I will say it on air, one glance at you, he knows this is I want to marry this woman. This woman, I want to marry this woman. Lord of the Ring, 5 years in a relationship, 10 years in a relationship, 2 years, no.
No way.
In 3 months, I have a friend, she was heartbroken, she almost committed suicide. But when she got the person that want to marry her, within 3 months they got married. They are close to 15 years now in marriage.
Wow. And it was just 3 months.
Yeah. So a man knows what he wants first glance at you. He knows.
Are you listening, young ladies?
He knows. So you playing the wife role when you're not yet a wife.
Well done.
Well done.
You have energy.
So that's so many things have actually caused a lot of heartbreaks, and you put too much expectation cause hard. See, we expect too much
from each other.
Too much expectation. Let's start discussing what you want, what the future hold for us. Let's start discussing it early, so we'll know where we are heading to. Because adulthood is not a scam. It's not a scam. Just like you say that, okay, standing up is a scam.
No.
So look at 1 year, you're still.
It's all true.
Tell me, if a 1 year child is still sitting down crawling, why are you still there?
Come on, stand up.
Come on, stand up. So adulthood is not a scam.
It's not a scam.
It is part of growing. And challenges in life is part of life. It is how you perceive it. It's how you see it. For me, I always tell myself that whenever challenge comes, too much pressure, I ask myself, what will I learn from this? How will I navigate it? You know, so God always has a way of helping you where you put him first.
True.
So there's going to be challenge in life as far as you're breathing. So you can dodge it.
You cannot, trust me.
So
in fact, even if you are dodging everything, if you stay in Lagos, you cannot dodge the traffic and the frustration that somebody could just step on you. So Oh, no.
Transfer of aggression.
Aggression. Do you understand? So trust me, you just have to be ready to take up some challenges and make the right decision. Anyways, before we go, let's quickly take the last tip for today, and this is women healthy tips for women in their 50s. And when we come back, we'll be wrapping up the show. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Tips for women in their 50s. Tweak diet and exercise routine. Because your metabolism slows when you reach menopause, you may need to consume fewer calories to maintain your current weight. When you're in your 50s, it's 1,600 calories. Being cognizant of how you accumulate calories can help you make better food choices. Prioritize nutrient-dense food, not filler foods. Don't decrease your physical activity levels. Keep aiming for 150 minutes of moderate intensity exercise weekly, plus 2 days of muscle strengthening activities. Once you turn 60, include balance-related exercises. Protect yourself from STIs. After menopause, there is no risk of pregnancy, so you may forget about birth control. However, if you have a new sexual partner, birth control that creates a barrier, such as condoms or dental-dams, help reduce the spread of sexually transmitted infections, STIs. There are higher transmission rates among people in their 20s, while people in their 50s or older aren't immune to STIs. Prioritize skincare. Skincare may change as people get older. After menopause, you may notice less acne, but your skin may seem drier, and you may develop fine lines or wrinkles. Every decade, our skin gets drier and drier because it makes less of the natural protecting factor to keep it moist. You can use a thicker moisturizer if you're not worried about acne. Retinoids and retinoids may help reduce fine lines. Adjusting your shower routine may help minimize dry, itchy skin. Use warm water instead of hot. Shorten your showers and stop exfoliating. Exfoliator brushes can be irritating as your skin changes. A soft cloth is better. Hot water strips your skin of natural oils, which can increase dryness. Cut back on sodium. Another essential part of improving your health is cutting back on your salt intake in your 50s. Excess sodium can wreak havoc on your body in several different ways. Too much salt in your diet can lead to high blood pressure, which puts you at a higher risk for heart attack, stroke, kidney disease, and other preventable conditions. Things like fast food, frozen food, canned food, and salty snacks are usually the culprit. Instead, eat more fresh fruits and vegetables and use herb, citrus to flavor your food rather than simply adding more salt. Stay hydrated. Unfortunately, there are so many women who are not getting the recommended intake of water per day. Staying hydrated has a number of health benefits for women in their 50s. These include helping to lubricate joints, promoting healthy cell growth and production, and facilitating essential bodily functions, including circulation and digestion. Water also helps to flush out toxins from your body. If you find yourself feeling dehydrated at the end of the day, try carrying a water bottle with you and sipping throughout the day. It could make a significant difference in your overall well-being. Make sure you get enough sleep. According to the National Sleep Foundation, sleep apnea increases in women after the age of 50. These can be connected to the fact that menopause can increase abdominal fat and hormonal changes decrease progesterone around this age, resulting in increased risk for this sleep disorder. Because of this risk, women over the age of 50 should put more of an emphasis on healthy sleep patterns and getting enough rest. If you've noticed you haven't been sleeping well, talk to a healthcare professional to get to the root of the issue. Untreated sleep apnea can eventually lead to increased blood pressure and cardiovascular disease. Get regular preventive screenings. Staying on top of your health means knowing where you stand right now. Preventative screenings like mammograms, virtual colonoscopies, heart scans, lung scans, and other body scans can help diagnose issues before they become a more significant problem. Because the risk of certain diseases and conditions can go up for women over 50, preventative scans are an excellent idea at this age. Always being one step ahead of your health will ensure you are living the best life you can.
All All right, welcome back. Yes, I saw one. You know, when you're in your 50s, there's this hormonal imbalance. There's this part where you just have to avoid canned food. You have to stay hydrated. It's a whole lot of things, and it's very important for everyone. It's not just about it's not just the hormonal imbalance part, but for everyone, I just still believe we do not take too much of canned food. And while we're talking about that, I had one of my team, and of course, Patricia was like shawarma, and I wonder what. We're talking about processed and canned food. People are talking about shawarma. I do not understand. You're supposed to be eating fruit.
Do you want to go there, Nick?
Fruits. Eat fruit. I'm just playing, please. Don't come for me. Anyways, we've come to the end of the show. Thank you so much, Patricia, for coming on the show. Thank you so much. Your words are very deep. And of course, I know a lot of your proteges and your mentees are watching. And they're like, yes, that's my mama. That's my mentor. So yes, if you want her to mentor you and you want her to still talk to you as a girl and even as an adult, of course, yes, it's what she does. And she has been doing it for a very, very long time. And she does it to her best. So please, you can always reach out to us in our comment section via all our social media platforms, and of course we will share contact to you so you can reach out to her. At this point, I call it a wrap, of course, because a few minutes from now rather, we will be going on the buzz. We'll talk about lifestyle, relationship, and trust me, there are a lot of buzzing, trending videos online that we need to handle and talk about. Until then, have a beautiful day for yourself. My name is Rose Blossom. Bye for now.